Hello world! I'll show you where we are. This is the Firth of Forth, just by Seafield in Lee. There's the waves, the rough choppy day. I was going to do it outside today's chit chat, but it's far too windy. That's the Rolling Stones, by the way, heavily based on the black blues of the American South. So that brings me sort of indirectly to today's poem, and then we're looking at a book called Cullen by a gentleman called Countee Cullen. And I love his surname because it rhymes with Bullen, but that's a completely different thing. So, Countee Cullen, born in 1903. By the 1925, he goes to Harvard to study English literature. And he's also, about that time, published his debut collection of poetry, Cullen. It's sort of quite balladic, lyrical style, but what it really does is sort of announce the fact that black people can be poets. In fact, his opening poem of the collection, look at the beautiful images. At the end of the first poem he goes, "Yet do I marvel at this curious thing, to make a poet black and bid him sing." So this book is probably the start of what is called the Harlem Renaissance, which is a group of sort of poets and musicians in the 1920s. They're inventing jazz, they're defining themselves as literary geniuses, some of the black men, you know, it's certain liberalities arrived in New York, you know, art is for everyone and black people can do it as well. Anyway, we're going to look at a couple of his poems today, well, three actually. The first one is just ridiculously powerful. It's called Incident. It's only 3 stanzas long. Incident, for Eric Walrond. Once riding in old Baltimore, heart filled, head filled with glee, I saw a Baltimorean keep looking straight at me. Now I was 8 and very small, and he was no whit bigger, and so I smiled, but he poked out his tongue and called me nigger. I saw the whole of Baltimore from May until December. Of all the things that happened there, that's all that I remember. Now that is a cosmic poem, like, oh my god. Imagine, you know, it's not long after the Jim Crow laws have been set up in the Deep South in sort of 1880s, 1890s. It's still 40 years before the Civil Rights Movement really takes back the sort of black liberty. And suddenly, in the middle of all that period, you've got the Harlem Renaissance saying, whoa, let's sort this out. You know, planting seeds in the public consciousness. And I love the next poem. It's called Heritage. It's a bit longer than that one, and it's all about a black man trying to work out his sort of who he is, where he is, what he's up to in sort of 1920s America. It's beautiful. Heritage, for Harold Jackman. What is Africa to me? Copper sun or scarlet sea, jungle star or jungle track, strong bronze men or regal black, women from those loins I sprang when the birds of Eden sang. 3 centuries removed from the scenes his father loved, spicy grove, cinnamon tree. What is Africa to me? It's quite long, so we'll skip it through a few passages. So I lie who find no peace, night or day, no slight release from the unremittent beat made by cruel padded feet, walking through my body's street, up and down they go and back, treading out a jungle track. So I lie who never quite safely sleep from rain at night. I can never rest at all. When the rain begins to fall, like a soul gone mad with pain, I must watch its weird refrain. Ever must I twist and squirm, writhing like a baited worm, while its primal measures drip through my body, saying, crying, strip doth this new exuberance, come and dance the lover's dance in an old remembered way. Rain works on me night and day. Quaint, outlandish, heathen gods, black men fashion out of rods, clay and brittle bits of stone, in a likeness like their own. My conversion came high-priced, I belong to Jesus Christ, preacher of humility, heathen gods are naught to me. So, basically, the core of the essence of these poems, it's a thing called negritude, which the Harlem Renaissance were sort of like heavily driven by, and it's it's the expression and the realisation of the black soul, basically, in beautiful poetry. Anyway, the final poem, which I'm just going to slip in anyway, is from the epitaphs part of his book. I'm going to read it out because I'm a massive Yeats fan. William Butler Yeats was my first poem, and there's a poem called Aid, I think, Wishes for the Cloths of Heaven, and you lay your dreams under my feet and stuff. And this one is basically, it's a paraphrase of it, it's beautiful. It's called For a Poet, to John Garston Edgar. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth and laid them away in a box of gold, where long will cling the lips of the moth. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth. I hide no hate, I am not even wrath, who found earth's breath so keen and cold. I have wrapped my dreams in a silken cloth and laid them away in a box of gold. And there's many more beautiful poems in that collection. Countee, Cullen, one of the earliest and most powerful members of the Harlem Renaissance pantheon. So, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I don't have my dog Daisy, I'm just having a trip into town, and I thought I'd slaff on about that for a little bit. Don't forget to donate to the channel, don't forget to share it, don't forget to like it, and we'll see you next time. Now let's get these tunes back on. Love the Stones. Where were we? What's your name? I'm just a poor man. What's your name?